Blacklight kicks back again with a brand new video. And if you guys are new to the channel, strolling by and have yet to subscribe, please make sure you smash that subscribe button. Hit that like button if you enjoy the content you are seeing. Enough talking, let's get into the review. What's good, sneaker fams? iClick kicks back again with a brand new video, and today we have a brand new episode added to the Real versus Fake series. This time we have what won SB of the year last year, the Why So Sad Nike SB Dunk Low. So we're going to compare these two shoes. We're not going to do the packaging. The packaging was off, but the shoes look pretty on point, but we're going to show you what to look out for so you guys don't get scammed. This is the real pair, this is the fake pair, and the first thing you want to do is look at the tongue area. So if we look at the lace holder right here in the middle of the tongue, you guys can see the difference in shade of color, right? It's a lighter blue on the fake pair than the one on the authentic. Also, you want to look at the tongue tag. They are two different shades of red, but also look at the placement of the Nike SB. You can see it's much cleaner on the authentic compared to the rep. Also, if you guys look at the threading, it's a different shade of red and a different size. It's much smaller on the authentic than on the fake. Now, if you look at the text, right, the font on the tongue tag, Dunk Low Pro, you can see that it is a thicker font on the authentic compared to the thinner font on the rep. So you can see the difference between the two if you really look at it closely. Also, the trimming right here above that tongue, you guys can see the difference in shade of blue right there. I don't even have to tell you. You can see for yourself. Also, you guys can see, well, hopefully you guys can see, the rep is actually more cushioned on the tongue. Replicas tend to have more cushion, right? They're too puffy than the authentic version. So, way more puffier on the fake one than it is on the authentic. But you really want to focus on that tongue tag because usually the font is off. Another easy tell is the extra laces. So the authentics come like this with this kind of navy blue pair of extra laces. And you can see it's tied on to the white laces. Now, if you look at the fake pair, came with a little bag and it's like a baby blue pair of extra laces. That is incorrect. Next, you want to look at the lace tips on the white laces. You guys can see the question marks, right? The yellow is the authentic. The fake is more of an orange color. So that's something else to look out for to tell whether your pair is fake or not. Before I continue the comparison, I just want to say we do not bash people that wear replicas. I don't care what you wear. It does not affect me. You buy what you like with your money. This video is to simply educate and guide people that want an authentic product on the aftermarket. I know a lot of people that are in the replica community get offended by these videos. I'm not bashing you. I don't care what you do. This is simply to help fellow sneakerheads that want an authentic product, because there are tons of grimy people out there that are scamming people for their money with fake shoes. So let's continue with the video. If you guys buy a lot of shoes on the aftermarket or you use Facebook groups and stuff like that, always have a Blacklight on you. You want to purchase one, especially if you're buying a lot of shoes on the aftermarket. You always want to double check. Make sure there's no ghost stitching. Make sure there's no stamps. A lot of reps are getting better with no ghost stitching and stamps, which make it scarier. But you always want to check the shoe fully, because if you miss a step, you could miss a red flag and you could end up with a fake in your collection. So always have a black light, pass it around and see if you see ghost stitching. As you can see, these reps have ghost stitching. You can see that right there. So that's an easy red flag to look out for. So always have a black light in hand when you're purchasing a shoe. Now we're going to compare the outsoles. This is the authentic. This is the fake. If you guys look at the Phylon, you can see it's a lighter red on the authentic compared to the darker red on the fake. If you guys look at the translucent icy outsole, you guys can see that it's very clear on the authentic. It's not as blue. It doesn't have a dark blue tint. But if you guys look at the fake one, you can see it has a darker blue tint. And it's also kind of a milky outsole look. It's very foggy. It's not as clear as the authentic. So that's something else to look out for. Next, we want to compare the bird logo on the side. So this is the authentic. Look at the details. Here is the fake. Now, on the fake, you have a thinner, smaller bird. So this embroidered work is actually smaller than the authentic. I will try to get them side by side, but the camera always kind of blurs one out. But also, you guys can see the black threading on the front wheel. You can see the fake doesn't really have that. You can see the details better on the authentic, right? You could kind of see the black threading on the leg of the bird. And you don't really see that clear on the rep. So there's a lot of differences in the embroidered work. The quality is much better on the authentic version. Also, the bird is much bigger on the authentic. So I'm going to put a picture right here of them side by side so you guys can really see the difference. Now we're going to compare the back sides of both shoes. This is the authentic, this is the replica. Now, the authentic is a 10.5, the replica is a size 11. They should have the same cut. It's not that much of a difference. You have a lower cut right here on the authentic compared to the higher cut on the rep. There's also a different shade of blue. You guys can see it's a little bit darker on the rep compared to the authentic, only by a shade or two. Also, you can see the difference in shade of red. It's a little bit darker on the authentic than the replica. You can see the shape. It's a little bit more curvier, more rounder on the authentic compared to the replica that kind of has no shape. It goes straight down, kind of the same shape you see on replica Jordan 1s. They don't have that Coca-Cola body. It kind of goes straight down. It's kind of stiff, goes right down like that. And that's what you see on this replica. But the main thing you want to look at is that question mark. You want to look at the embroidered work and see the difference. So you guys can see the difference right there. You can see the difference in yellow. It's a little bit darker on the authentic than on the rep. But also the difference in font. You can see it's a much thicker question mark than the replica, which is a little bit thinner. So that's something else to look out for. Another thing to take note is the authentics will have less cushioning than the reps. For some reason, the reps tend to have more puffiness to it. Like you can see the difference in the cushioning. It's more puffier on the fake than it is on the authentic. Look at the difference right here. Look at that. They also puff up the tongue way too much. So this is going to look very bulky when you rock it compared to the authentic. You have Why So Sad on the back of the tongue. They look almost identical. You can see the difference in color. Much brighter red and yellow on the authentic compared to the fake. But you can see that the fake, the stitching kind of has a glossy look to it compared to the authentic, which does not. So that's something else to look out for. Now let's check out the inner guts. This is the authentic pair. This is the fake pair. Let's have them side by side so you can kind of see the difference. You can see the difference in the cut. You can see the inside. See that? Let's check out the insoles. This is the authentic. This is the replica. So the artwork is different dimensions. So this is the authentic. This is the rep. Bigger artwork on the authentic compared to the rep. It's the same thing we saw with the embroidered bird on the side panel. Bigger bird on the authentic compared to the rep. If you flip them over, you can see the difference right here. You got gray, you got black. You can see difference right here in the way the font is. Zoom here feels about the same, but you can see it's cheaply made up top compared to the authentic. See that? Also, on authentics, you'll rarely see that B, but on the reps, you can really see it clearly. That's another thing to look out for. But you want to focus on the graphic right here. Much bigger graphic on the authentic. Now we're going to take a look at the other side bird on the other shoe. Look at the difference right there. This is the authentic. This is the replica. Look at the big difference in quality. You can really see the bird on the bicycle. This one, the stitch work isn't as good, isn't as clean. Look at that. Big difference right there. Thank you guys for checking out the video. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers. We're going to get back to that 15K very soon. Thank you guys for all the support. Comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this comparison video right here. Was it helpful or you just couldn't see the differences? Let me know down below and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace!